Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Falleur.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final Mike Falleur Show of 2018. Coach, you got to the semifinals. You're 8-5. I'd say it wasn't a bad year.
No, a lot of good things. I mean, stuff we're very proud of. I mean, Friday night was tough. We ran up against a very good Bryant football team, which we knew going into going to be a tough football game. And, you know, we needed things to go our way. And, you know, early I thought it did, and then we just couldn't get anything going offensively. So my hat's off to Bryant. I think they got a great shot of going in there against North Little Rock and winning the state championship. But, you know, you look at of those 5 losses, 3 come to the 2 teams playing for a state title. So, you know, looking back at it, the Cabot game's the one that really kind of hits you in the stomach and makes you a little bit sick. But it's a great year. I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of our coaches. It's just we really did a great job.
A lot of good teams in the Central, Coach. It didn't used to be that way, but things are shifting. Bryant had North Little Rock down 21-0 when they played them earlier in the year. I think they lost that one 34-28. It ought to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, Bryant's every bit as good talent-wise as North Little Rock. So if those kids believe they can beat North Little Rock, it'll be a shootout.
Well, if we could have converted maybe a few more the field position into some points and maybe held them, not let them convert some of those 3rd and longs, probably would have been a different game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's such a fine line of what can happen, good or bad. And, you know, physically, they're so much bigger than us that when we had the opportunity on a short field, we needed to take advantage of it. We didn't do it. I mean, and that's not because they weren't trying. I mean, they played. That's what I was proud of the most. You know, when I got here, a game like that, those kids would have quit and just kind of put their heads down, and it would have really got. But our kids played hard the entire football game, and you know, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They got beat by a good football team. And when we talked about when the playoffs started, when this thing's over, either let's win it or we're going to say we got beat by a good football team and we played our tails off. And I think we can say both.
I think you can too. Coach, when we talk about the year, if you had been told when the year started that you're going to beat Greenwood, you're going to beat Southside, and you're going to beat Bentonville, would you have taken that?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. Those are 3 good football programs, and yes, I'd have taken that, and some more.
And some more. Great job getting to the semifinals, Coach. You had an awesome group of seniors. We got attached to them. Really hate to see them go.
Yeah, I mean they're great kids. I mean you know, we talk about teams that succeed in the playoffs are ones that still want to play and still hungry to practice and do all the things that you always hear people talk about, the grind in football. Well, this was 13 weeks of a season, not counting all the stuff that you do before. And our kids, last week was the funnest week of football until Friday night that I've had in a long, long time. They showed up every day at practice. Seniors were, you know, did a great job of leading us. I mean, Thursday morning was unbelievable, just the way they handled themselves all day Friday. So we're going to miss them. You start naming them. I mean, it's just a great group of kids that are going to be successful in what they do going into college and what they decide to do in their lives. Definitely set there's been a foundation set before them, but one that they've built on and that we're truly going to miss a bunch of them.
Yeah. Coach, you said this time last year that you were looking forward to 2018 because of these soon-to-be seniors. And you're right. They were a bunch of guys that they came to play every Friday night. They practiced hard. They really believed in the Grizzlies, and I know that they're taking that loss really hard.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell how much it meant to them Friday when the game was over. I mean, and you hate that. You hate to see that. I mean, but it happens to everybody but one team. I mean, next week or this week, one of those teams are going to be like we were Friday because there's only one winner. But to see the emotion and the hurt in those kids' faces, and you just know that we're doing the right things, they're doing the right things, and Grizzly football means a lot to those guys.
Coach, it does, and it means a lot to a lot of people. You have a lot of alumni that come back for the games. Grizzly TV has given a lot of people the opportunity to watch the Grizzlies where they couldn't before because they may have moved off or just not able to get to Friday night. Mayo Thompson, they're able to watch the game on Grizzly TV. But a lot of your alumni that go on, they do a lot to help the program. One of your linebackers that was here 2 years ago, Tanner Cross, he was here on Thursday to watch the Grizzlies practice.
Sure.
He was at the game in Bryant to watch. He did an interview with us at halftime. I saw him on the field doing everything he knew to do just to be a part of that program still.
Yeah, I mean, we got great kids. I mean, Tanner's just one of them. There were several here Thursday morning at practice. I watched Tanner Friday encouraging those guys and trying to do whatever he could to, to help us. And, just a guy that's gone on to Dartmouth.
Right.
It's, doing a great job in the classroom and also on the football field. And he just, one example of the many that we have, playing college football and doing great things, representing our town and our school the way that they should. So just, it's exciting. I mean, and it's good to see that people are proud of and want to be a part of Northside football.
Every year, Coach, you put a lot of players in college football. And I'm not saying that's a responsibility of a head coach. It's an option to do that. You do a great job helping get those kids in to the next level, and I'm sure there's going to be 3 or 4 that are probably going to get there from this team.
Yeah, we hope to sign, hopefully 5, and which is a good number. When you look at, a lot of people think lots of folks get scholarships, but it's normally less than 2 or 3% from any certain program. So if we could get 5, that would be great. We do have a lot of kids playing college football, and I got to give a lot of credit to our kids, number one, because if they don't have the ability and they don't have the grades, it doesn't matter what we do that we can. But Coach Curry does a great job of. We go out, we start the summer. Him and myself, it's something we love to do. We take kids to camps, to colleges. Coach Curry has more college football coaches' phone numbers in his phone than he probably the family members that he knows. So he does a great job of marketing our kids and talking to coaches. And so, that's what we want. You want to win state championships, you want to win games, but more importantly than that, if you can get kids to leave here and go to college and become good citizens and good people and change their lives, that's even more important than I'm going to say winning, but it is. It's extremely important.
Well, Coach, when you came, program was pretty low. We weren't winning a lot of games, weren't playing a lot of defense, and things needed to be changed. And what you've done in the last 5 or 6 years, only a Grizzly could have done that, somebody that had a passion for the program. When you talk about kids that have gone on to do different things, alumni, you're an alumni.
Yeah, I mean, this was, as a kid, when you decided to get in coaching, this was always a dream of mine. And mine and Terry Crowder's, who's from here too, that's in Georgia, that we're going to come back and coach at Northside, and the stuff you talk about. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot that we've been able to, and I say we, I mean we. It's a collective effort by a lot of people that we've been able to improve this, to make it. I think the word I used in my opening press conference is I want Northside football to be relevant again in the state of Arkansas, and I think we've reached that point. And we're not satisfied. I mean, so we got, we're fixing to get cranked up for 2019. It's never ending, and so it's something that we got to continue to work on.
Speaking of 2019, what's the program looking at now? When do you get back in the weight room, and what's next for these guys?
Well, we got Beat Friday, day after Thanksgiving, and so we'll use this week to take up equipment, clean the locker rooms. I'll meet with every player individually, the ones that are leaving, the ones that are staying, about what we expect and what we can do to help and those things. And then next week we will start testing our older guys in the weight room, showing them what we're going to do, the changes we're going to make. We'll bring the guys over from the junior highs 2 days a week up until Christmas. And so we'll use the next 2 weeks to kind of get everything, the foundation of our offseason laid out. Then when we get back in January, we'll be full board ready to go.
Well, Coach, you've got a lot of juniors coming back. That's got to be pretty exciting for your program.
Yeah, we have a great group of seniors like we've talked about. I mean, unbelievable. And this junior class is right there with them. So we need that group to get better, just like this senior class did, and then we need these sophomores that are going to be juniors to have a great winter, because there's going to be several of those guys that have to fill in at spots. And then this incoming 10th grade group, there's some guys in there that we feel like that at certain spots can help us. So it's a never-ending You know, you finish one and you get right started back up again. So the expectations are high, and they're going to remain high. And with that, it didn't just happen. It takes hard work, and you got to decide as a player and as a coach that you're willing to put both feet in, and I mean both feet. It's not one in, one out part of the time. It's both feet, and that's what I'll be talking about with these guys that are coming back over the next several days. Are you ready to make this commitment? Because if you are, this is what we're doing.
When you talk about coaching, most folks think that coaching is Friday night. You get out there for 3 hours. You're leading these young men into a battle. Okay, there's so much more to it. Thank you for what you do as far as this program goes. All the interviews that you do, the shows that you tape, all the talks that you and I have about what I need to know that is information that I can use for the broadcast. Things that you do that are over and above the call of what most people think a coach does. We appreciate that. It means a lot to us, and I think you being a Grizzly and understanding where you want this program and where the alumni want this program is very, very important. This Grizzly TV came about. It's probably been a 2-year thought. It became a reality this year. Darren Gardner, who owns G2 Media, Life 98.7, jumped in with both feet. You jumped in with both feet. Dr. McKinney jumped in with both feet to make this thing happen. And when you hear somebody like Tanner Cross say, on Friday nights when we travel, I'm in my hotel room on my computer watching the Grizzlies play football. And you got my teammates coming and saying, man, what are you doing? He said, I'm watching my high school play football.
Well, you know, you're right. The people you named, I mean, it's unbelievable. And a big thank you goes out to all those folks and you too, because you jumped in with more than 2 feet. So, I mean, you guys do a great job. And, you know, I didn't realize the magnitude that this would get to people, but I've got folks that I've coached in Georgia and coached with, and parents that I coached their kids that call me on a weekly basis talking about, man, what y'all are doing is unbelievable. We watch it every Friday. So it kind of hit me in the face. You know, this is a big deal, and it just adds more to our program to make it as a first-class operation.
It's a step above the live streaming. You know, what G2 Media has done, their commitment to Grizzly football is so important because they have to employ so many people to come in that produce it. You've got, there's so many people in the press box now, and it's great at Mayo Thompson, but there's times when we go to Bryant or Cabot, places like that we're all kind of piled in there together, but it's worth it for what the final product is. And I'm just so thankful to them because, you know, what we want is a quality product for Grizzly TV. So you can see what you see on Friday nights, and all we ask from you is a bunch of wins.
Well, we'll keep trying to do that. You know, we got to thank all the sponsors, people that pay their monies to make this possible, because without them, we both know it wouldn't be possible. So just a big thank you to those guys, and I mean those companies, and just everybody that's made this what it is. Because I even, you know, Saturday I'll lay on the couch and I'll watch the whole broadcast and enjoy every minute of it.
Well, I'll get home on road games. I'll get home 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'll put it on the big screen and watch it. And it's just like watching Saturday afternoon football. We're getting better. You know, next year will even be better than this year. Coach, any prediction for next year's team?
I mean, you know, it's early. I mean, like you said, we have a good group, a good nucleus coming back. 6 or 7 guys on defense that have started. Same on offense. We've got to replace some really good players. You know, that'll be my challenge to those guys, the guys that are next in line. Hey, these guys in front of you set a standard now. Are you willing to live up to it? And if that happens, we'll be right back in the mix again next year.
Well, Coach, it just ended Friday night, and it seems like we're already having some withdrawals. We're ready to get ready for the next game, and so I'm really looking forward to next season and everything that goes into next season. Again, I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate everything that G2 Media does, everything behind the scenes, all the sponsors, not just the sponsors, the fans that watch this, that can't make the games, but they watch and they comment how much they enjoy it, how much they appreciate it. A lot of the parents and grandparents that they're able to watch these games, and it's just fun to hear their comments. the fact that, man, we got to watch it in slow motion, the instant replay, you know, and just different things that make it a step above what it has been. And we're going to continue to make those strides, and really looking forward to next year, and hopefully things just keep getting better and better for us.
I hope so. We're going to keep working. I mean, that's the whole key. We're going to keep working. And, you know, what you talked about the fans. I mean, I just think back about this year in our student section and how just unbelievable the support that we have. And, I mean, how much our players enjoy that. So, you know, a big thank you to them. And hopefully it's something that, again, that they're proud to say they're a part of. And we're going to do everything we can in our power to continue to make that happen.
Well, Grizzly football is very important to a lot of people, and you talk about the fans, and at the Southside game, the environment, the atmosphere was unbelievable. And we're thinking, we're not going to have anybody watch TV. They're all here watching this. It was one of the most watched games of the season. So it just goes to show you, if you don't get to catch it live on Friday night, you can pull it up anytime you want to and see it. And that's something that I really enjoy about that. It's been fun doing it. Really looking forward to next year, Coach. It's a job that you feel like you need to pay to do it. So, so we'll just continue doing what we're doing. Thank you again for what you do. Hope it goes by fast. We're looking forward to next year, 2019. September, I'm not sure when the first game is, if they've even set the schedule or not. Has that been done?
It's set. I don't know the exact dates, but, you know, we'll open up at Rogers Heritage. And so then
Greenwood will be second?
Yep, Greenwood will be at Greenwood, and then Van Buren back here. Well,
we're looking forward to that. 2019 will be here before you know it. Grizzly TV. Thanks again for watching. Until next year, go Bears.